So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. The reason why I'm working out here in my apartment gym is because I haven't been able to get a wristband to my university campus gym. I'm not in class this semester. I wasn't in class last semester. And I went up to where you get the wristband at today because my assumption, based on what I read on the website, is that if you're enrolled in one fall or winter semester per year at least, then you will still be a student. And I get there today and I asked to buy the wristband because if you're not in class, you have to buy it. And then the girl there tells me, "You're not a student." And I look at her like, well, what the heck? Like, I have my ID right here. But I guess because maybe I have to wait until I can register for class for the fall. But at least for the time being, I'm not registered as a student. At least the word she used was, "I'm not a continuing student." Anyway, so this is footage from a week ago, but it looks like I'm going to have to be doing a lot more of this, a lot more of like, I don't know, body weight, mobility, range of motion training, because for the time being, I'm not going to be able to go to a gym. I'm not going to be able to afford a regular gym membership because they always have extra hidden fees and whatnot. And right now, my income is just enough to get by with my basic expenses. I don't have enough money to waste on a gym membership. That's why I preferred going to the campus one, because even if I have to pay, it's a one-time payment and that's it. But anyways, just an example of how life can bring challenges. And even though these challenges are not life-threatening or they don't change anything about my general, my general condition and safety and health and whatnot, I can still be healthy. I can still be strong. I can still do all these things without going to the gym. But it really is an inconvenience. And it's one of those things where you have to realize that people have it way worse everywhere else in the world. In America, we are so blessed and so fortunate that our homes, our communities are not being bombed, that we're not seeing innocent people being slaughtered around us, that we're not seeing like the different chemical like spills that have even happened in our country, but things that affect our natural environment, that affect our ability to maintain our health. So the fact that we get to worry about small and simple things is really a blessing. The fact that all I have to worry about is contacting an advisor at the university and setting up an appointment where we can figure out how to get me back into status as a continuing student. That's all I'm worrying about right now, right? And so, anyways, it's a journey. It's a process, learning to trust in God. I think the reason why we have these inconveniences happen is so that we can still have trials and opportunities for learning, because without it, our lives would be so easy that where would the character development come from? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, these are some movements that I've discovered, like watching TikTok and whatnot. There's a lot of these, like, I don't know, I'll call them kettlebell warriors, where people who swear by kettlebells as like their primary method of training. And I think it's great because one thing that happens when you go to the gym, you use the machines, you do all these bodybuilding motions, is that they isolate muscle groups. And in a natural setting or a natural sense, where let's say like you're in the wilderness, like survival, I'm talking about like hunting and building shelters and whatnot. In what way are you just going to use one specific muscle group in isolation? You know, it's like our bodies are meant to function as a complete unit. That's why all of our muscles connect to each other. We have connective tissue that's called fascia. We have all these different like connective means, things that facilitate the application of, and the direction of force and power through our bodies. So it doesn't make sense to train everything so isolated. It makes sense to train everything together. And so movements like these are really helpful. I can feel them strengthening my core, improving flexibility and mobility all at the same time. Doing things that challenge you through a range of motion that, like, if your body can perform a range of motion, you need to be strong in it. That's kind of the general rule of thumb. So like overhead, they call it your thoracic spine, which is the segment of your spine that's like in your middle and upper back. That part of your body naturally is going to tend to be weaker if you spend a lot of time sitting down like most of us do. And so motions like these will challenge that stability of the thoracic spine, and through that challenging of your spine, you will improve the strength of the muscles that support it. So finding different ranges of motion and different ways to apply force that are not just sitting down on a platform, on a machine, and pushing through a fixed range of motion having to control the weight in space. All of those things are really important. I feel like they're neglected in the fitness space. Most people just go to the gym just to bodybuild. So I'm trying to be functional and everything. I'm gonna be forced now to be very creative until I can figure out my gym situation, because I need to at least maintain, and if not build more strength without having any of the equipment. I'm just gonna have dumbbells. I'm gonna see if I can invest in, like, I've been seeing these metal clubs. So these are like just weighted clubs that you swing around, and they're like good for shoulder strength and whatnot. You can do lots of different movements with them. And if I can get my hands on one of those, I think that'd be dope, because then I can train any which way, honestly. The limit of these dumbbells goes up to 50. I have in the corner where you can't see it, the opposite corner of the treadmills, there is a cable machine. I can use that as well, I guess, in limited ways. But anyways, it's just an update on my life right now. I guess I should talk a little bit about my new job. I'll talk about it more. I think I have enough workout footage. I can make another video after this, but I'm working in this group home, and it's challenging, but it's a good job. And I work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day. And basically this job is going to be paying for my rent and everything, which my rent is a little bit expensive, I guess. But anyways, enough of that. I don't think that's important to mention. I just think I want to say one more thing, is that God has put a lot of trust in me and you, and he's given us talents and abilities that he hopes that we can develop. People talk about working on your weaknesses. I believe in working on your weaknesses, but I also think that we need to devote a lot of time to peaking in our strengths, to finding the cap, or the maximum level of our strengths. Because if you don't work on your strengths because they're already strong, and you only work on your weaknesses, at the end of the day, you'll only be average, because everyone has strengths and weaknesses. And if your weakness becomes a little bit more strong, but your strength never gets to its maximum capacity, then everything will just be average. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important that you develop your strengths as much as possible, and then simultaneously find time to develop your weaknesses. Because once your strength is capped, then you can focus on just fully developing your weaknesses. But sometimes your strengths can't go all the way to their full capacity without your weaknesses pulling some of their weight too. Anyways, this is a depth check I've been doing. So I've been working on front squat, because I did this a few months ago where I had a narrow stance and tried to go as low as I can, and I couldn't even maintain. Look, you're going to see me fall right here. But I couldn't get proper depth with just my body weight, and that's how I knew I had really weak underdeveloped muscles that were not stabilizing. So I've been working on front squatting for a little bit. If you've seen my videos, you know I have a playlist. The last month and a half I've been doing front squats. Unfortunately, that will have to come to an end because I can't have a gym. I don't have access to a gym right now. But anyways, since I've been doing front squats, I've been seeing improvement in mobility and strength, power, athletic power, and my mobility has improved as well. But that's a little update. Hopefully this video was helpful to anyone listening. I keep saying this at the end of the video. I'm like, I hope this helped you guys, whatever. Honestly, I'll know if it helps you guys if you leave a comment or interact and engage with the video at all. I'm assuming it's some person. There's got to be at least one person at one point in time that heard something I said and either enjoyed it or was able to get an insight from it. And I know that's probably happened, so that's why I keep making these videos, is to give the best chance possible of helping someone else out with their fitness, with their thought processes, with their spirituality, anything. So yeah, that's all I got to say for today. God bless. Hope you guys all have amazing, successful days, and I'll see you in the next video.